Morning to you with Rudy out there. Take the watch and listen to us on CHRICED Radio and TV, where your matter have all my You've been listening to us inside the last hour because of our apology. The program come me too late now because of one or two things them. But moving sharply into waiting day now bullying we go to talk about and this issue of bullying now this sigiaga would they disturb plenty people, especially for inside our secondary schools. Today we go to know what's this bullying be about, why it still exists even up to today, what's parents supposed to do about them, what's schools supposed to do about them, what's country supposed to do about them. I will go try to see if we go fit even relate them to this matter what they call mental health. But now be just me and you go do am. We carry sabi person. Ogbonge madam, where we say you know wetin they play when it come to book matter. Ogbonge madam, where we say she know wetin dey when it come to this bullying. We don't see am for inside the system, and now she go to break this matter down for us and they tell us the way forward. Who are they talk about? Now, none other than Mrs. Ijoma Ungu. Yes, Mrs. Ijoma Ungu will be Assistant Director, Better Ogbonge Teacher, Sabi Woman for on top book, and a Senior Mistress for Academics inside JSS Karu. Now, she go there with us this morning to take follow us, put mouth inside this one. Madam, good morning, ma.
Good morning.
Thank you so much. Say you grant us this your time.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so without to waste any time, let's start with the matter with the ground. When we talk bullying, wetin we actually dey talk about?
My dear, thank you so much for having me on this program. Bullying. Bullying is an aggressive behavior that is intentionally shown to people, to an individual or group of people. It is simply when people intentionally, repeatedly, tends to hurt others, humiliate others, try to make them look less a human being. This thing called bullying has eaten deep into our society, and it is something that we cannot overlook. You see, bullying is a serious matter, especially in secondary school. It affects the mental, the physical health of people that are being bullied. You know, when you talk about bullying can take away your right as a human being, to take away your right for freedom, your rights for education, so many things that this bullying can cause. It is something the society has to look into, the parents especially, the school system, that's the principal, the teachers of the school, both private and government schools. This bullying issue needs to be tackled because so many lives have been lost because of bullying. In so many schools, there are so many instances. And bullying comes in so many ways, you know. This thing called bullying, it starts from the home. Yes. When a child watches the father bully the mother, or the mother, some mothers bully their husbands, they tend to think that that is the normal life. And when they go out to the school, they try to showcase what they have learned at home. You know, children learn a lot. So when they come to the school system, that thing that is being done at home, they want to show it. And if care is not taken, and if it's not corrected, if it's not stopped, he will think it's a normal way of life. Thank you.
All right, so you don't hear them? We don't start with wetin bullying be. And like she just talked, she say it dey start from home. So if we really want tackle this matter of bullying, my madam, if we want tackle matter of bullying, we have to go back to the homes. We have to talk to mule them, pule them. Now them actually get the hand to stop this bullying from continuing. Because my next question was going to be, why you say, even though like you talk, it don't they happen to and something we were supposed to handle, why is it still happening? You say it has led to death. Inside my study case, I even recover some very big situations of people then we don't die in the name of this bullying. We can know the situation of Sylvester Romani for Lagos. We also know the one of Karen Apple somewhere in a premier academy here in Abuja. There was also the Deeper Life High School boy in Uyo that time. You get even in Kuje here, Maiduguri, Abuja, Kano. When you go to plenty places, even Lagos, Mina, Kwara, a lot of students have been bullied. Some have led to death. some na molestation, some they not even get anything to do, they not even get themselves again. Why then, with all these things wey don happen, wey dey also cause igiaga for inside the country and sometimes even around the world, why does it still continue then?
My dear, like I said before, there are kind of things that people do that don't know is bullying. There's a kind of giving an eye look, nasty look. It's bullying. There are times when you talk to people rudely, it's bullying. You understand? And when you make mockery of people, when you misrepresent them, when you tell lies against people, that is bullying. You understand? And like I said, there are different types of bullying. You have the physical bullying, which is to kick someone, to hit. You understand? And also to make the person, to fight, the beating. There's a way you beat someone, it's bullying. You understand? Then you also talk about verbal bullying, where you can use words to make someone look like less a human being. There are people, when they talk to you, you will go home and cry. There are people, when they say something, that when things comes out of your mouth, it is something, nothing to write home about. And the children are watching, that's verbal bullying. Then you talk about emotional bullying. You talk about mental bullying. You also talk about the cyber bullying, where you use the online to tell lies. You tell something about someone and it will go viral, but at that time you have disconnected the person from the society. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So this bullying comes in so many ways. So why is bullying still happening? Lack of empathy.
When you say lack of empathy, I break am down.
Empathy means when you don't having feeling for someone, if something bad is happening to you, someone to show concern. There are human beings that don't show concern, and they learned it from the home, and some of them runs in their blood. There are parents, there are fathers, there are mothers that don't have concern. They even started with their children. They don't have concern for their children. They don't care. Their children is in the hand of the nannies. They don't care what goes on. All they care about is to make money. And by the way, if I ask, who are they making this money for? Is it not for the children? Now you don't care how your child is treated. So when these things happen, and okay, you also transfer lack of empathy to the maid transfers it to your child. You maltreat the maid, the house help, the caregiver in your home. That one also transmit that to your child at home. They don't think about that because it's a very dangerous sequence. Very, very dangerous. So many of them, they are not like that, but because of the environment they find themselves, because of the treatment that they are given, they tend to turn to become like that. They don't have human empathy. They don't have concern. That is one of the problems. Then insufficient teaching training. Like in school, there are some teachers that just got into teaching profession because it's my last result. Let me just go there. So when they get there, they don't care about what goes on around them. They don't care about children. Children's affair. They don't bother. But if a trained teacher cannot do that, a trained teacher knows that that is part of his or her job. You watch the children in the classroom, you watch them in the environment, watch them the way they behave, whatever they do, you watch them. That means when a teacher does that, you know that this teacher is trained. And when a teacher does not do that, that means that teacher just come to work as a teacher. Let me just do that. And it's a part of the problem.
Oh, okay. Mama, make I interrupt you on top this particular part. When we dey grow up, like this talk wey dey talk, our teachers, they watch us. If they see, say, get where you dey go, they are very quick to call you back to order. But in the reality now of today, even if a teacher should, still, we're still now going, because I will still go to when we talk of even corporal punishment, and we will talk about difference between bullying and even discipline. Now, if a child, they do something, and the teacher look and say, why you go do this to your fellow student, and then maybe he beat am or he quarrel or he punish am, that one now go run go house, go tell him parents, say see, and then the parents now fit come do wahala for that teacher. So is it really about that the teachers don't have training, or some of these teachers actually have this training, but there's this thing we are now doing in this country, this mind your business, day your day, I'm on my own kind of treatment? How does that relate into this issue when we're talking about teacher training?
I'm so happy that you asked me this question because this is something that has been bothering me as a teacher. It cannot happen in government schools, quite all right. Though it happens, but there are ways that it's being handled that keeps the parents at their place. Now, especially the private schools, it is very common. They tell you we pay your bills. We are the one that pay the money to the school fees from there, they pay you. So you don't have the right to touch my child. And touching this child may be something that, like you rightly said, a child misbehaves or hit another child. Maybe a teacher said, stop. For example, don't do that. The child goes home, tells the parent. There are so many instances. And the mother will come to school, beat up a teacher in a school environment. The authority will be watching because they know that the social status of these parents, they are high. I don't want this one to remove the child from my school. I don't want this one to, I will lose if this one remove her child from my school, and they don't tend to fight for these teachers. The teachers will be there suffering because they are working in court for the parents. You understand? And it makes the teacher, even if you're trained and you are in a private school, you won't be able to correct a child properly. And a child who has turned to a bully will now think, after my mom, after my dad, they came to school, they brought the police to arrest my teacher, to do this to my teacher. I can do anything I want. And it is very wrong. And that is where, if a graduate like that, we see ourselves in a position, if it's accepted, others around them will feel powerless. They won't be able to do anything.
Are there more reasons why this bullying still remains up to now?
Yes, peer pressure. Peer pressure.
How?
A parent will teach at home. When you come out,
Society.
your mates will teach you another phase of life. Sometimes they come to school. A parent will tell them, don't do this at home. But they may meet a friend on the road that will tell them, no, don't mind your parents. This is not the way it's supposed to be. And sometimes there's a case my principal handled last week. It was not even last week, yesterday, to be precise. And my principal is a wonderful man who wants this bullying to stop. You can't bully a child in my school and you go free. Now, let me go back to the peer pressure. This peer pressure, it will make a child will come to intimidate you. How much do you have? How much money do you have? How much did your parent give you? My friend gave it to me. And because they think there's tendency of threat. If you don't give me that, I'm going to beat you. I'm going to do this to you. The child will succumb. The child will give up. And after doing that to that child, the child is learning. He will tend to do it to another child. You see the danger of it. And when it is happening in the school system and it is not stopped, that's a problem. But I thank God that so many schools are on it. You cannot, like I said, my principal, this incident that happened, a child, he stops another student on the road every day to collect money until the mother of the child had to call. The child did not even report. He's on the road, not even inside the school. When this matter came to my principal, I was in his office. In fact, the parent of the child was invited, and the principal told them that if this boy did not check, I'm going to expel him from my school. I am not training thieves here. You can't be bullying another child. And it made that child to tell the mother, I won't be going to school again. Fear has come into the child because another child is bullying him. Do you understand? If to say that my principal has not come in, it will continue like that. That one, the parent may not know why he says he will not come to school anymore. And he may drop out of school and start the trend of bullying others, thinking that that is the right thing to do. You get things by force. You collect things from other people. Well, that is not what was taught in his home. And that was why the mother had to call the school authority. Thank you.
Bam. Okay, so
And another one
right.
is lack of parental involvement.
Hmm.
Like I even said it earlier on. Some
Okay.
parents, when you invite them that their child do something in the school, They will not come. Yes. They say, I don't have time. I'm working. I am busy. They will give excuses upon excuses. You begin to ask, is it not their child that you're talking about? There's the welfare of your child. Your child, and it's that's only to a situation if the child is being threatened to be removed from the school. That's the only time they will come. And even when they come, some of them don't feel it is wrong what their child have done. They'll begin to
Parents.
try. Yes, parents. That's what they do. They don't think that what they and even some of them they wake up very early in the morning, go to work, go to their business places, and come back late. Now, which time do they have for this child to train it? There's no involvement. They don't get involved. The only thing they do, they send the child, get up, go to school. You can imagine where a parent will tell a child, I'm not happy that they are resuming school or that they are closing, that they are closing school. I'm not happy. Why? I don't this child be disturbing. So you want to push your child to the school. There's no more training at home. It is the school that will take care of this child. Whatever that comes out of it is the school. And the other way around, you still don't allow the school to help you to train this child the way it is supposed to be. So the woman, I said, how can you say that? I said, you don't know. When they're in school, we have time for ourselves. I said, really? Is that how your mother trained you? In this dispensation, you send your child, you are not happy that your child is coming home to spend time. And this is the time you check your child, you watch your child and know how this child is behaving and know the kind of words this child are speaking, the kind of things they say, the kind of actions, the kind of things they do. You need to watch them at home. These are periods that you do that. And as a parent, you say, no, I don't have time. It's your work. It's your business that's taking away your time. So they're not involved. And that is why the bullying continues. And another one, like I said before, cyberbullying. They can go on. And sorry, there's something so many of the parents, do you know a parent may not buy a size book for a child, but can buy a phone?
Hmm.
Yes. Some parents tend to buy phones for a child. You ask them, they say, I want to know the whereabouts of my child. When you know that the child is in school, you want the child to come to school with phone. And meanwhile, the textbook, all the things, you're not even buying it so that the child will make research to check. You don't even give that reason. And this child don't even do assignment. You don't check it at home. An assignment is given to a child. A child comes home and you don't monitor this child because you are not there. The child comes back to school again because the child don't have an exercise book to use for the assignments to do anything. But this child have a phone. He can stay on the phone till 12 midnight, go back to bed late and wake up in the morning very late, comes to school very late. You see the circle. So these are the reasons why bullying is still happening.
Now, I want to ask one question on this one. You don't talk well. You've spoken a lot, and you mentioned parents and mentioned peer pressure. My question is this: as a pikin or as a parent now, if your pikin come meet you, just like the first time now when you talk, say that child get another child where they meet am for road, where they collect everything we get. The boy never said anything to school authority. You know, he actually went. Maybe the mother noticed something. Maybe come ask, and then the child finally open up to the parents. And the parents did the right thing by to call the principal and lay this conversation of coming to cause issue. Now, in a situation where you get a child wey no talk, e get anything where you feel see, maybe as a parent, that is involved now, or as a teacher, or even in the society, are there some signs, some things we can see to know say somebody is being bullied, and then to know say somebody is a bully? That na one. Then two, if your pikin can't give you this complaint as a parent, either you as the parent of the bully or you as the parent of the bullied, how should you handle these situations?
Okay, thank you very much. When you notice a child is being bullied and the first thing you see is withdrawal, the child tends to withdraw to himself or herself. Doesn't relate with others. And if you mention, maybe, are you not going to school? No, 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 mommy, I'm not going to school. Because fear has set in. There's fear, there's anxiety, you know. These are the things. When you begin to notice that a child is always afraid of something, the child is withdrawn, the child cannot speak, or the child is always moody, you know that there's something, there's a problem. And as a parent, you need to find out. And as a teacher, you need to find out. Because when you monitor them in school, we find out, we will begin to act, we begin to monitor. There was a time, there's an incident that happened in the school. I didn't know about it until the day I was just passing. I was not teaching the class. I was passing and they were laughing at a girl. They were laughing, you know. And I saw one crying. So I had to walk into the class. Their teacher just left. They rang there for another, and the next teacher is coming in. But I was going around to check what, and I saw the girl crying. You know, I walked into the class. What is the problem? What is it? They said nothing. I said, what do you mean not nothing? I went to the girl. I took her. I said, what is it? She was sick. I said, okay, come. You want to talk to me outside? She said, yes. I took her outside by the corner. I said, what is the problem? She said that since they are in JS2, that there's a name, they make mockery of her, that she doesn't know anything, that she is just like a dummy and all that. And they call her a name that said that is interpreted as dummy and all that. Oh my goodness. And this is something I hate to the fullest. I said, are you sure? I said, did you ever report your form teacher? He said, no. I said, why? And there are so many teachers in the school who don't say anything. She said that one of them said, if I report, I'll beat you. I said, really? Okay. I took her back to the class. And I asked question. Is so thing happening? They said, yes, ma. How long? Since we are in JS2. So
And this was what class as at this time?
JS3.
So like for like a year now, she has probably
from the third
term
of JS.
but for about 3 months now, she has been going through that thing.
Yes, yes. She now, when I now asked, after so many investigations and asking questions, I told them, I said, you are not better than her. Don't make yourself look as if you're better than her. All of you have the same right. All of you are very intelligent. None is a dummy. No child. No child is a dummy. Even if you hear somebody said or anything to a child, don't ever believe that. And I asked, are you a dummy? He said, no. I said, why will you believe what somebody is saying? You are not. You are wonderfully and fearfully made. Always say to yourself, I'm wonderfully and fearfully made. I am not a dummy. I am intelligent. Always say that to yourself. Say these positive things to yourself. Don't allow people to intimidate. And let me even tell you, they are jealous of you. I just made it like that way. That's why they are. She now, her eyes lightened, you know. And I said, from today, if I hear anybody calls her that, you will have me to contend with. Say, yes, ma. And I will tell somebody in this class, I will not tell you, I will not mention the name of the person, to monitor, to write the names of people that will call her. But wait, I did not do that. But I have said that. They think it is true. And that was how that thing stopped. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So when a child begins to, you cry, be on her own, and she doesn't have a friend because of that. Nobody wants, she even said, nobody wants to be my friend. I said, she's a beautiful girl. I told them, I said, you don't even know what you're missing when you're not her friend. I was not. So when a child is withdrawn, when a child is showing some that I don't want to belong here, you need to find out. There must be an investigation. You need to find out exactly what is making that child not to do that. You understand?
Yes.
Is it the teacher that is bullying the child? You know, teachers can bully a child.
Yes.
They call you Lodo. They call you names. But in my school, my principal mentioned that if you try that, even teachers, you hardly see a teacher that does that because we talk to ourselves. These children are wonderfully made. These children are future leaders. You don't say to a child, you are Lodo, you can't amount to anything. You know, some children have committed suicide because of that. Some
Yes.
children have negative feelings about themselves. After all, they say, I cannot amount to anything now. So,
Why should
and lack of they won't participate in anything again. Just stay away. If you accept me, who that are intelligent, she'll be saying it, she may not even, people should go now. They even want to harm themselves. sit down and the thoughts, negative thoughts will begin to come to them. They've told me, they've made me, or a child wants to come to a group, leave our group, leave our group. Maybe, some children,
Yes.
they look at you, they feel you are not up to them.
Yes.
We tend to stop that there. This one is not properly dressed. This one is not in our group, or this one is not from our religion, or this one is not from our place. This one is a boy.
All these things are forms of bullying.
They-
Okay, so in a situation like this, what do parents now suppose do? We don't see say children they withdrawn, children they cry, children no gree go school. You already know there's something wrong there. So if you now as a parent see these things, what should you do? That is one. Then even as teachers, school administrators, wetin you suppose do?
All right. As a parent, when you notice that, the first thing is when you notice the child is calm or a child is, like that woman I gave an example. The child said, Mommy, I'm not going to school. She said, why? I said, I don't want to go to school. There's a boy that said, if I come here, what he's doing to me, he will kill me. The mother said, you? Nobody can kill you while I'm alive. Did you tell your teacher? He said, no. Did you tell the principal? He said, no. You didn't tell anybody and you just kept quiet and this thing is going on. He said it's outside the school. He said, yes, even if it is outside the school. Do you know the boy? He said, yes. The teacher now picks the phone and called the teacher. The mother picked a phone and called the teacher. That is why it is necessary that as a parent, you should have the phone number of
Child's
your
teacher.
child teacher. If there's anything, get across immediately. And if it means something going to the school, if it's something that you need to go to school, you have to go to the school to make a report. As a parent, make a call. Find out if the matter is not settled. Go to the school. Even if like I said, there are situations that even if you make a call, still go to the school authority to find out how far, what happened, how did they handle it. Like in my school, if there's a child that is being bullied, both the child that is being bullied and the one that is bullying, their parents are called to the school. And the principal will make them understand, make that child, this is the consequences of your action. This is what you have done, and you're going to pay dearly for it. You'll be punished. This thing you will kneel down, you will do this, you will be kept. When children are playing, you will not join them to play. That's a punishment for children. It works. When it is time for break, and a child, a bully, you will not go out because you did this. Next time that child says, no, I will not do this thing so that I'll play when other children are playing. So as a parent, you need to call the school authority. You need to go there to find out. Not to go and fight. Not to go and cause problem. Not to go and beat the teacher. Not to go and beat another person's child. A woman came to school one day, asked of the child has already told that this is my client, and she has been coming to the school, she knows it. And she went straight. Unfortunately for her, as she was going to the class, instead of coming to the school authority, either the VP admin, this is what happened, my child said this, what happened, and she went straight to the class to meet the child. As she was going, there was a teacher in the class. So she tends to enter. The teacher said, what is the problem? I'm looking for this child. Is she your child? He said, no. So why are you looking for the child? The child beats my child. He said, madam, are you okay? How can you come to a school environment because your child was beaten yesterday? You come to the school. And so the teacher now had to take her to the school authority to handle the matter for her to be accommodated. So it is very necessary that they should come to the school, the peaceful attitude, to talk to the school authority so that the school will know how to handle it.
Okay, but what is your take for people where the ginger say, you self teach your children self-defense? Because some people don't talk. Say the best way to get a bully off your back. Now, if he come with action, you self, you face him back with action. Some don't talk. Say these days now they teach my pikin. No find trouble. But if anybody find you trouble, make sure, say, you show am, say you self now son of the soil. What do you say to that?
You say self-defense is good. Telling you, it is good. It's one of the things that a child should be taught. Yes. Tell a child, if someone wants to bully you, if someone wants to try to defend yourself, let the other person know that I am not that kind of person that you can do this to. For instance, like if that child said, give me that's your money. No, I will not. If you touch me, I'm going to report you. It's a kind of defense. I'm going to report you to the principal. Once the child has said that, the other one will be withdrawn. The other one will know that actually that this will going to happen to me if you do this to me. So it is right to teach a child. Let that child stand up. You have to stand up for yourself. Standing up for yourself is not a crime. You have to stand up for yourself in defending yourself against violence, against anything. Even if it means you running away also is a kind of defense as well. Or you shout. You can shout and draw attention of people. Look at this person wants to do this to me. It will attract people around you. It's also a kind of defense. People will come. What is it? Why are you trying to do this? Why did you do this? And I know in such situations, that bully will go away from that child.
Okay, before we move to some other parts, make we carry this thing and go boarding schools. Because that's now one area where I won't concentrate. Make we carry on to boarding schools. Now, when we get to boarding schools, even till today, it still dey happen. When you enter school, they see you like fresh meat. The seniors, mostly SS1 up, especially those SS2, SS3, they go use those junior students different kind of ways then. Minus even coming to intimidate you to collect your provisions, sending you message without money, or even this upset they go pour water for floor, ask you to roll on it, different kind of things them. And you can't talk because even if you try to, they will tell you, say, them say, they do unto them. And what they keep telling us there in school, we say, now your dues, you they pay your dues. When you self get to that position, you ma go do that one to other people. And these things now, these days, it dey lead to deaths. It dey lead to plenty issues. Most times these juniors no fit go report. I don't know whether the schools them no get policy on that or anything, but most times these juniors don't report. They are meant to bear it. Na part of rite of passage. Na part of, they go say na part of grooming to make sure say you grow strong. But what do we say about these things in boarding schools?
You see this issue, why I smile that my child was a victim.
So,
he was in a boarding school and he was tortured to the extent that he fell sick and almost died.
My God.
I bought something for him to the school and they asked him to bring it. And moreover, when I bring things for him, because I know the trend in school, I keep it with the guardian. And they always watch those ones that their parents visit on visiting day. And they will ask you, what did your father bring? What did your mother bring? And if you're not able to give them, you'll say, do a punishment for that. They asked my son. He said, it's in my guardian. Will you kneel down there? Why will you keep your things at the guardian at your guardian place? My son knelt down. They now say he should be fetching water. He fetched water. After fetching water, he was told to be, when they were sleeping in the night,
He won't sleep.
He was fanning them.
Bam.
As he was fanning them, so he wanted to, he now said, let him sit down. One of them got up and hit him. As he fell down with the heat, two of his teeth went inside. Yes, he screamed. I didn't know what happened again. But as a mother, I was in the office within that week. I was feeling uneasy. I was telling my colleague that I need to go to see my son in school, that I'm not feeling comfortable. Anytime they are sick, there's a way I feel. I went to the school that afternoon.
Meaning they didn't even call you. You just had this feeling and
yes,
then you
I
come
had the
go.
feeling. When I got to school, others were in the classroom. I sent for the teacher. I asked them where. I went to the teacher. They said they went to the class. He was not in the class.
Wow.
Then they went to the dormitory. He was lying down there with fever and the mouth swollen.
So the school was not even aware that anything happened.
They are not even aware. Then they had to bring him to me. I couldn't say anything. Here, turns black, blood. I took him straight from the school to the hospital. I took my child. The rest was a story. That was the last day he was in that school.
Because that's what I was going to say. What did the school come
Now,
do? What
I
was the
ask a
repercussion?
question. Where are the teachers? Where are the teachers that are in charge of the dormitory?
Bam.
Did you not notice that a child was sick in the hostel? You did not notice that this child was sick. You did not notice to ask, even if you noticed that a child, what did you do? What happened? What made the child to fall? What made a child's mouth to be swollen like that? Do you understand?
Yes.
So they did not know. They are not aware because I don't think they care. Because if they care, they would have done something. They would have found out. So this issue in boarding schools are terrible. This Sylvester died, and the mother died 3 years after.
Yes.
That was a torture because of the pain of losing that child. And he was just 12 years old. So many, my child would have died as well. And I said that was the last. I said my child will not go back to that school. But I went back to find out, to ask, to report to the principal of the school, to let them know that what they did was wrong. But I know that in some schools, like I still talk about my school. You can't see a child that is being bullied or a bully, and you let that child go away like that. This boarding school is something that government should look into. The authorities, the principal of the school should look into it. The guardians, they have to be up and doing. They are not doing much. If there's proper monitoring, this child like Sylvester wouldn't have died. If there's proper monitoring, my child wouldn't have been in that condition until I came to the school. If there are proper monitoring, some children wouldn't have been molested. Some will have serious injuries. Some of them, they don't go to class anymore. Some of them, their grades will begin to, because they will have mental problems. They don't even, follow again in the studies, in the class. Even if a teacher asks questions, they are withdrawn. They don't answer. They don't respond because of what they are going through. And they feel within themselves, nobody, not even the teachers, are helping us. The school authorities need to do something. And when I said that, I mean it. They need to do something. They need to make sure that these children in the boarding schools are being monitored. Each hostel, when we're in secondary school, each hostel have
house mistress.
That
stays
and our
in the
house
hostel.
mistress then,
Yes.
oh my goodness, she monitors till we sleep in the night.
Yes.
She comes in the night to monitor. How do we sleep? Have you taken your bath? Have you prayed? Have you done this? Have you eaten? Why did you not go to the cafe when others to the dining hall? They check all those things. Early in the morning, our house mistresses are the ones that comes to wake us up. But I don't think it is like that these days. Because if they do that, if there's proper monitoring, if they do that, this incident would have been stopped. This thing that students take laws into their hands, this child do this one do this, I want to punish the child. It will not happen. Because if the presence of a teacher, you can't tell me that a child will not be afraid if a teacher is there and a child will have the gut to hit another child. No. And I'm also encouraging children in boarding schools. Their parents should tell them, if anything happens to you, if any child molests you, if any child there hits you, go and report. If they tell you, if you report, they will not kill you. Make sure you report to your guardian, report to the school authority, go straight to the principal. Like my principal, he gives them the children authority. Come to my office, tell me whatever that is going on. That's my kind of principal, Mr. Moses Chimashi. He tell them, he give them the right. He said, come to the office, tell me. If another child hits you, if any child does something wrong to you, you don't like, come and tell me. So the children should be told, their parents at home should tell them, make sure that if there's anything that happens to you, speak out, talk. Let the school authority know that this is what you're going through. Don't keep quiet. If they threaten you, they will not kill you. If you keep quiet, that's when they will kill you. If you don't talk, that's when they will kill you. Sometimes they will take a child to the back of the building and molest that child. Once you're coming out there, they won't be there all the time. Once you go to the class, sneak out of the class, or if there's a teacher that comes, tell the teacher, excuse me, I have something to report to you. The teacher will also take the report to other teachers, to the concerned authority, to the principal of the school, and they will find a solution to it. That is my take.
So for the people where they talk, say this bullying will never, say, it no go ever end. Say it don't turn like a culture for Nigeria. Say not be just when would they discuss the matter among some of our peers as we dey prepare for this program? A lot were like, it happens everywhere. Say the reason why my own focus now on secondary schools, because of some recent developments, a lot of students have died, and then we're talking about youths, our young people. But people pointed it out that it dey happen even in workplace, it dey happen even in family. Say so this bullying of a teen, and that even in schools, especially boarding schools, they don't even see them as bullying. They see it as we dey discipline you, we dey train you. So because of that, say this bullying no go ever end. As a teacher, a mother, wetin you get to talk about this thing? Do you think bullying go ever fit end actually?
Well, I think that there's nothing that has a start that will not have, that has a beginning that will not have
An end.
an end. Why did I say that? You know, the issue here is enforcing laws. Are there laws? Enforcing, making these children know that when you do this, you will face the consequences. If you make them know that this is the consequence you're going to face, like in schools, for instance, if there are rules and regulations, which we have in our school, that when you bully someone, this is the consequence, and enforce it. It is not in only putting the policy, it is not in only putting the laws, but in enforcing it, making sure that these laws are put in place. If you say a thing, let me tell you something about children. Let me use a small child, for example. A small child will watch. If he does something wrong and you beat him, he will tend to beat you back. If you don't beat him and make him understand that you don't have the right to beat me back, he will continue like that.
I think it is normal.
These are ways of children. So you have to enforce. Some mothers will say, no, it's a child. It's not a child, anything. That's how it starts. They grow with it. They start saying waka. They start abusing, using words from tender ages.
True.
They want to do things knowing that nobody is stopping me. If you don't stop them, enforce it. Let there be an enforcement from the home. Like you said, and I said it earlier, there's bullying at home.
True.
Where fathers are tigers, mothers are tigresses to their children. Once they hear that you're coming back, everybody, and attention, there's no time to play with you. A child cannot even come to you and say, Mommy, this is what happened to me. Because you have made them realize that your station is no-go area. And that is why if anything is happening to them, you don't care. And you can't even correct them because you don't even care. There's no enforcement of anything. So if there's an enforcement of whatever laws that we have put in place, let them know the consequence and show an example. This person did this and you are going to face the consequences. If you face it, I don't think any other person would like to follow that trend. I think if they start in school, and parents, I want to beg them, they should leave the teachers of their children alone in private schools to enforce this, to let them correct their children, let them discipline their children. You can't discipline your child at home. You will not allow the teacher to discipline your child in school, especially these private schools. I am begging them, they should allow the teachers. We are not talking of hitting, because no teacher would like to hit a child in a situation where it may be 1 out of 1,000,000. But I know that teachers are trained to correct children, to put them in the right track. And when your child, or a child, like in government school, a child makes the wrong hairstyle, they say, my mother say I will not lose it. No, you have to tell your mother that she's not the one that will tell us what to do. If you come to school the next day, you will lose that hair. If you don't lose it at home, you will lose it in school. When you go home, tell your mother that the school authority told you to lose the hairstyle. You must conform to the information given to other children, to the hairstyle. I'm just giving an example.
Yes, but because I was going to talk about that. So when during our time, now like this, it happen. But during this time now, you do now like this. There's uproar, there's shouting, there's like, what, the school doesn't have the right to do that. Meanwhile, the school get the policies. What way it was? So what change between then and now?
I still say it's from the home. Parents, I still say they don't have time for their children. They don't correct. I still repeat, they don't correct their children. In so many homes, you go now, a child has a right to do anything. No, you have a right. You have a right of free environment. But there are things you're not supposed to do. You don't have a right to bully another person. You don't have the right to abuse another person. You don't have a right to molest others. You don't have that right. And think that when you do it, your parent will stand by you. It is from the home. Fathers, stop molesting, stop bullying your wives so that your children should not watch.
Right.
Some fathers beat their wives in front of their children. Some mothers also bully their husbands. They bully as well. Stop that. Then the children as well. The elder ones stop bullying your younger ones. Because you bully them at home, your younger one come to school and look for another younger person to bully. So it goes round and round like that.
Okay, now as we don't round up the show now, this ones don't come out now. The suggestion here now is to talk about anti-bullying acts or anti-bullying policy. They say schools now need to create anti-bullying policy. Where go talk wetin be bullying, where they happen, people then will see and wetin may they do. Wetin people then will be say them be victims or resources supposed to do. You get, and that these policies, it must talk about a lot of issues. Them can also mention say the schools should train their students and staff on bullying, create anti-bullying campaigns. They even mention the school wey get wetin they call anti-bullying week for inside their syllabus, and also calling on even the government, the Ministry of Education sef, to do an anti-bullying policy wey reel out everything wey get to do and make sure say that they strictly follow and put am sef inside syllabus, inside timetable. Wetin you think of this call? And this call has been going on for a lot of years now, since last year. Now they don't talk about them, and up till now, nothing has been done about it. Waiting, you get to talk on that.
Honestly, I am of the support of such policies. I want them to establish such policies, these anti-bullying policies. That's like I said before, to make the children know that you do this is bullying, the type of bullying. You let them state it that this is this and this is bullying. This is a kind of bullying, you know. And when you do that, this is the consequences of this act. The consequence, I still talk about let them know that this is the consequence of this thing. It should be established. It should. And teachers, like even when I was preparing for this, I talked about trainings for teacher, workshops for anti-bullying. For this, let teachers be trained. Let them know. Let them train them. And when they come back, they should pick also the students, like prefects, teach them too, so that they will know. And they should step it down. And when that happens, I think it will go a long way to stop this bullying act in the school system.
Okay, when you're talking consequences, what is supposed to be like the possible consequences for bullying?
Punishment may not be corporal punishment. First of all, you have to find out why a child is bullying another child.
Because even the person where they bully, not really mean say the person bad.
Yes.
Maybe you get your own reason.
Yes, you'll find out the kind of home the child comes from. You understand? Like that child that was always molesting the other child. It was discovered that the father is like that. That we find out, you understand, that there's tendencies of that. The father has issues like that, you know. So you have to find out first, why is this child this way? What kind of home does it come from? When a parent comes to the school system, when a child does something, you definitely find out the kind of parent who the person is. Is it the one that listens and apologizes for what, or is it the one that tries to make you understand that no, this is show arrogance and all that? Are you following what I'm saying? So when a child does that, bullies another child, it's a punishment. It may not be corporal punishment. It may be corporal punishment, depending on the gravity of the offense. Because there are bullying that are so much that where a child can use a knife or something to cut another child.
Yes.
That child needs to be flogged. That child, the parent will come and let them know that this thing, that was the child. And for a child to have the mind to do that, you need to find out, how can a child do that?
But somebody mentioned even taking them to psychiatric
Into that, yes. Yes, they need to see a psychologist. And they need to, that's why we have guidance counselors in school. Like, once such things happen, you take them to the guidance counselor. The counselor will see that child, and it is the work of the counselor to find out, why is this child like this?
Okay.
Because they are trained officers, counselors, like the one I have in my school. She's a trained officer, and she has been doing a great work. Something has my principal will tell her, go and do this, handle this. And she has been doing a great work. And anyone she will involve the principal, and they will also involve the parents of the child, the counselor. And there are children, when you counsel them, when you find out exactly what it is, and tell them, when you know that when you do this, this is wrong, and they will stop. Some children are like that. I've met some children like that. I've met so many of them. They are like that. And our counselor have handled children like that. Okay, they are reporting that you are doing this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was not an intentional act. Okay, I'm sorry. They start feeling sorry for what they have done because they have been cancelled, because so these are some of the things that need to be done.
All right.
And like I told you, keeping a child when others are playing, like it's time for break. Child it one day. You did not copy your notes when others, you're not writing notes. Sit in the class, copy this note, finish it when others are. Do you know, since that day, once I am writing on the board, the child,
copy pass.
Auntie, I finished copying, I finished writing. I said, beautiful. I didn't flog you, but you need to sit in the class and copy the note when others are outside.
All right. So if you stay there with us now, youth Wey Sabi now with you on top. So and our focus today now on bullying. Bullying, especially inside secondary schools, and then the call of say make we do anti-bullying policy inside Nigeria. And my guest on top of the show today now Mrs. Ijoma Ungu, all the way from JSS Karu. Now before we go let you go, I bet just give us final words in 1 minute on top everything we will discuss today. Conclude.
Well, I just want to encourage parents and teachers to always monitor their children, monitor what they watch on their phones, monitor what they watch on TV, check their environment, check their behaviors to their children, because these children tends to replicate what they see at home in the school. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Ijoma Ungu, and she be Assistant Director, Ogbonge Teacher, and educationist, a senior mistress in academics for JSS Kuje. And I will say, okay, JSS Karu. Oh, so sorry, my JSS Karu. I'm quite Kuje in my head. Okay, for JSS Karu. You see, say she don't tell us a lot of things. She even give us some examples from even our own academic setting. And she ended up by to say, parents, teachers, we need to do more. We need to do more. If you don't take anything for that one, make we know say everything starts from the home. So that we can get youths them, we can get young men, young women, we go become better people for inside society tomorrow. Now from small pikin, now from inside house it start. Your pikin they do something, you say na small pikin. Not be small pikin. What you know what may take group. What you sit and not what you suppose they do tomorrow for life. Make sure say you stop am right from that small pikinness. So that our story no go enter for say that they do bullying. Papa, your pikin they watch. Mama, your pikin they watch. And now what they carry from house, and they carry reach outside. Give them that self-confidence. Teach them self-confidence. Teach them self-defense. And by the special grace of God, this bullying will reduce. Inside schools, then, we get more counseling departments, then. Make we put anti-bullying week into our syllabus. Make government to do their own by to make this anti-bullying policy. We go talk wetin bullying be. Wetin where for they happen. Wetin you should do if you be victim or now you even be the perpetrator. And then all the consequences then for this action. And hopefully, we no go sit down here again to discuss this matter. My name remain Princess, and this now where we go draw the curtain on top youth Wey Sabi. Join us again next week on top another beautiful edition, same time, same station. Until then, continue to battle us with our better program. It's them. 12 o'clock will be time for sharp Tori. Join us then.